evening.
Good evening. How y'all doing, y'all? We are excited, y'all.
Yes, we are.
We finally made it to our destination. We're glad you can join us this evening. Can y'all see we outside? We at this lovely, beautiful view. Yeah, we're actually in Washington, the state of Washington.
Seattle, Washington.
We
yes.
was on our way. This is kind of like a continuation of when we were stuck
at the airport. Yes.
We were stuck,
yes,
y'all.
We were stuck.
Yeah, we finally got out.
Yes,
so that was a great thing.
Yes,
so
it was.
We're gonna continue to talk about after you get stuck, after you get to your destination, after you get there, then what do?
Yeah, because I was so frustrated, just being at the airport all day long. It was starting to stress me out. It was starting to make me mad, and I was just like, why am I getting mad? What we have to do is talk to each other, communicate with each other, and try to figure out how we're gonna get out of this stuck situation.
Yeah, I was really frustrated, and I'm gonna tell you what frustrated me, because the last time y'all saw us speak, we were saying that we were gonna cut off because they may call us to get on the flight and all of that. Yeah. And guess what? Y'all, they canceled that flight.
Sure did.
They canceled that flight. We were just really, at that point, we were like, are you kidding me? The problem I think I had is that we had to get somewhere and be there by a certain time.
Right.
And beyond our control, we weren't able to do that.
Yes. And instead of me trying to get mad at you and get angry at you and say it was your fault or it was my fault, we had to try to figure out how we're going to make this good situation, out of a bad situation.
Well, the bad situation, trying to make it good.
Yeah, how could we do that?
How we going to make this bad situation good?
How can we turn it around? Because it was no need of me getting frustrated with you.
Right.
There was no need of me getting angry at you and fussing at you and complaining and commenting. What we had to do was come together, put our heads together, and try to see how can we figure our way out of this thing.
Right. So what we did, guys, I realized that wherever we were, that location, that airport we were at, we had to get out of that situation. We had to get away from that situation. So kind of what we're talking about, sometimes when you're in a situation, or even people that's around you that's causing you to feel a certain way, sometimes you got to remove yourself from that situation.
Absolutely. Now take a break, calm down, and try to figure out what else can we do instead of just being angry and being stressed out.
So once we got away from that situation, we were able to get a good night of rest. We got rest.
Yes.
We were able to think about what we needed to do. Where do we go from here?
Right.
Kind of I think that's kind of where we are. You got something on your head.
Yes.
Where do we go from here?
Right.
So we realized that we got out of that situation, we got somewhere else, and we were able to do what we needed to do to move on. Y'all know sometimes when we're together, it gets frustrating. Not that I'm frustrated at Kenneth or he's frustrated at me. We're just frustrated at the situation.
Right.
But at the end of the day, when we look at it, the outcome was great.
I tell you what, and I'm glad that we did not get mad and angry at each other, because when we finally got out of that situation, guess what? We wound up into a beautiful situation.
Oh my goodness,
we wound up able to just talk and help other people gain insight on how they could help themselves.
Yes.
And so if I could have looked at it, before it happened, then I could have saw it. But I didn't do all that.
You wasn't able to see it.
Yeah, I wasn't able to see it. So what we did was we worked our way through it. We worked our way through it.
We did.
Once we worked our way through it, and on the other side of that was such a beautiful situation.
But I like how you just said that. You just said that if you were able to see it, you probably wouldn't react or do some of the things you did in that situation.
Frustrated. Right.
But a lot of times we don't see that situation.
Right.
We don't know what the outcome is. We don't know what is, like we said at the end of that tunnel. We have no idea what's going on. But guess what, y'all? Once we got to the end of that tunnel, y'all, since we've been here, and last time y'all saw us, y'all, we were at the airport. We've been to 2 different states. Well, more than 2 states, because we went from DFW to Arkansas, from Arkansas to DC.
DC.
From DC, we went to Maryland.
Yes.
Then we went from Maryland
to Seattle, Washington.
No, but before Seattle, we went from Maryland back to DC, from DC to Chicago, then Chicago to here. Okay. So that's why we're here. That's where we are here today, y'all.
Yes.
We love doing what we do. We love doing what we do. We love, and like Kenneth said, if we had known what we see now, we probably wouldn't have. And I know I'm switching gears, but I think a lot of times people we would have given up, because once we arrived there, people was like they were telling us like, we're glad that y'all came. We're glad, even in spite of, because they said a lot of times that they know people would have said, you know what, we're not gonna be able to make it.
Yeah, we're gonna go back home and just be frustrated and just give up.
Right.
So, and I'm glad we did not give up, because so many people were sympathizing with us and had empathy for us and said, hey, we had been through a struggle like that. We had a situation that was turmoil like we were in, and they kind of encouraged us as we were encouraging them.
Right.
So we helped each other, and when we got there, they applauded us for even trying to do what we had to do, and that they were so happy that we got there. And so that's what really made it all worthwhile.
Oh, it was worthwhile because we were excited. I'm gonna tell you why I was so excited. I was excited because even in spite of y'all, the outcome was great. Sometimes we look at negative situations, or we see situations that we're stuck in, or we even see situations that we don't even see our way through.
Right.
But at the end of the day, y'all, it all worked out for the good, and I was excited about that.
And so we can look at it. We all learn a lesson from this. Even I learned a lesson from this, that even if it looks bad right now, keep on pushing your way through. Keep on trying to go through it, even though it hurts, even though it's painful, even though it's not feeling good at that time. Keep pushing your way through, because at the end of the rainbow, if you can see a light at the end of the tunnel, at the end of the rainbow, it's going to be great.
It is.
It's going to be great. So that gave me encouragement.
It did.
To now that, hey, whatever we go through, whatever struggle is coming our way, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep on trying. I'm going to keep on pressing. I'm going to keep on trying to encourage you. And you keep on trying to encourage me to be the best that we can be. So you never know. We may be able to help somebody else at the end of the
And I'm
rainbow.
going to tell you what helped me with this as well, because, y'all, these 2 Mondays, this wasn't even our topic. We weren't even supposed to discuss anything about travel. We weren't supposed to discuss anything about being stuck. But all of a sudden, like they say, you write it out and then you have to make detours. This was our detours. And I feel like we had to go through this because we had to let somebody else know. Just because you feel like you're in a sticky situation, or you're in a situation you just cannot see your way out of, and we didn't. I'm telling y'all, we were in, and sometimes I kept looking at us like, Kenneth, we still sitting here at the airport. I mean, we're still at the airport.
All day long.
We were there all day.
And we could have gave up. I mean, and I didn't want to tell you that I wanted to give up, but it was almost to the point of saying, what's the use?
What's the use? I agree.
What's sitting here all day long? What is this going to resolve anything? And so I'm glad we didn't, because at some of those responses that we got from some of the couples that we were talking with, that they were glad they were about to give up, and that they were about to throw in the towel, and that they were glad that somebody else was there to pat them on the back, to encourage them, to help them go on and say that, hey, it's going to get better. Just keep pushing on, keep pressing on. So that's what we're here today to tell you all, that even though the situation may look rough, even though the situation may be, just tough right now, and you feel like giving up, don't give up. Keep fighting, keep pushing, keep encouraging each other, keep pressing on. Because at the end of the day, you may be able to help somebody else. You never know.
And I know that's why I said, I know this is unusual, because usually we get people sending us comments about situation, and I got those comments. I just felt like I'll do those when we get back home, but I just wanted to just let y'all know what we've gone through and how it helped us, and maybe it can help someone else. That's the main reason why we decided to talk about this, because so many times we are in sticky, we are stuck. Like some people say, between a rock and a hard place. When you're between a rock and a hard place, you don't know what to do, because we did, and I'm telling y'all, we tried this last time. Like when y'all saw us when we were speaking the last time, what I had did, once they had canceled that flight that you saw me talking about. So once they canceled that flight, I tried one more time, and I told Kenneth, I said, if we have to get from this airport. If we can get from this airport, I believe we can make it to our destination. So that one last flight, which was about 10 something at night, got us out of that airport to another smaller airport. Where we were able to make it to our destination.
And it made us feel so much better. At least we were out of this airport that we had been stuck in all day long. We were out of this situation that we had been stuck in all day long.
And that's why I said they gave me a little hope. Because it was like, we're out of this situation. So once we get here, we can deal with whatever comes next. But to me, we were out of this particular situation.
And that lets us know that life is not perfect.
It's not at all.
You're not going to have a perfect marriage. You're not going to have a perfect situation. Even if you're doing something that's supposed to be good and perfect. You know, even that happens. You know, we need to realize that, hey, it's not, everybody's going to go through struggle.
Right.
Everybody's
right.
going to go through trials. Everybody's going to go through tribulation.
Yes.
I'm glad we had a chance to go through it again. So that reiterates and lets us know that we're not perfect either.
Exactly.
That we're trying to have a healthy communication,
have
a
a
healthy
healthy
marriage,
yep.
a healthy situation here. But bumps and comes and goes. You know? There come situations and struggles in our lives, in our marriages, in our situations that we need to reevaluate ourselves.
Exactly. I think I'm glad you just said that, because to me it gave us a reality check. Because sometimes we think we're going good.
Yeah.
And we're on this
everything's
going.
Oh yes.
We doing good.
Kenneth loves me. LAVIDA loves me.
Yeah,
we love each other. Everything is so lovely.
And we giving the people and we doing all that. And all of a sudden, stuff hit us. It's like, man, smack us dead in the face. And it's like, what's going on? What happened?
What do we do?
So we had to realize that we had to lean on each other like never before. Totally depended.
Praying hard. I'm praying all up through that airport. That airport should have felt our prayers, because we were praying the whole day, all day up and through that airport and everything. And I know the Lord answered our prayers.
Yeah, He did. He really did.
He said, these folks are praying so hard. Let's help them.
Yes, He did. He did.
Yes.
So I was just excited about that. I was just excited about just trying to get out of there, because I realized if we stay here, and just think about it, sometimes you realize if I stay here, because even not just talking about us in the airport, even on jobs, if you stay here, because I've learned even a situation that's frustrating when you're talking about getting a new job, because even at one point when I was working at a corporation, I always said, I was like, oh, this job, they starting to mess with me. So usually that's when you start looking. So what you do is, if you're in those type of situations, if you can do something about it, change that situation. If you can't, allow yourself to take a step back and say, okay, well, how can I deal with it? Because I do like this job. I do like the community I have, the coworkers I have, but how can I deal with this person? This is the one that could be your boss that's giving you the hard time. How do I still deal with it and still enjoy what I'm doing? And that's what we have to do at the end of the day. You got to make a decision. Either stay there, move out of the way, or try to work through it. You have to make a decision in life, and that's what we did. We made a decision, and I just thank the Lord that it turned out great. I mean, people enjoyed it, and even right now today, people are benefiting from it. They're still coming up to us and tell us, thank you for helping us. Thank you for encouraging us. Thank you for patting us on the back. And sometimes that's all people need. People just maybe need just a little push, a little shove, or just a little encouragement to say, hey, you can go on. It's not as bad as it seems, And so I think if we can do that and encourage somebody to move forward, I think, it's going to be all right. I do too. And we love I love what you just said. You said sometimes, just keep on pushing through. And if you can't deal with the situation, you say kind of move aside or do something. But I think you messed me up in that situation, because I always tell this stories that, when I was on my jobs and that was frustrating to me, I said, I'm finna go call Kenneth. So I would call Kenneth, and then he would say, well, what you want to do? What you want to do? You tell them, forget that, you just come on home. So I'm just telling y'all, that's what messed me up with Kenneth, because Kenneth always like, you can just come home. So my attitude on them jobs was like, okay.
I didn't want to stay long. But at least you did stay at least about 10 years on this last job.
I stayed.
Bravo. At least she had enough strength to stay on.
I stayed a long time, but my attitude, that's why I tell you, you messed me up early when you said you don't have to deal with that. You can come home. We don't have to put up with that. And I did. And that's why I say you my support, you my rock, because I know that I can lean and depend on you.
Well, thank you, because we both needed the Lord then, and we need him now.
Yeah, we do.
And man, I say, if I ever get stuck at the airport again, if I ever get stuck in a sticky situation again, guess what I can do?
What?
You got to press on now.
We do.
You got to keep communicating.
Yep.
You got to keep going forward. Don't give up. Don't give up. And that taught me this week, last week.
It really taught me.
It taught me just to keep going forward. Don't give up. Don't throw in the towel so easy. Don't have your head down so long. If you're in a sticky situation, just think about it for a minute, pray about it, and then start moving forward.
Right. Because I even remember, and I'm just gonna say that our producer, he we trying to do this, so we figured it ourselves. He gonna get it together for us. But our producer, he had went out of town the same weekend, the same time we did.
Right.
He was having fun, and we were still at the airport.
Right.
I remember talking to him, and he was like,
he was having fun.
He was having fun. He was having a good time. He was like, y'all still in
Dallas?
I'm like,
y'all should have been out of Dallas by now. Yeah, we know that.
Yeah. But it was just frustrating just to hear it. And I'm saying, I know I called everybody that I could think of just to talk, because I was frustrated. We didn't show it to each other, and I appreciate that. But we were just frustrated at the situation, not at each other. It was beyond our control. But I'm telling y'all, when I was so mad, I just kept saying, Lord, well, you just got to get us from this place to just get us somewhere else, so that way we can find hope
and
and
he
get
really
there.
answered our prayers,
He
and
did.
I thank him for that, because
He did.
he knew that, hey, they had enough now.
Right.
He said, now when pressure gets on you, he knows how much we can bear, and he's there to help us bear our way through it. So that's what he did. He let us bear enough, and then he said, okay, I'm gonna help y'all bear your way through it. So he helped us get through that, and then at the end of the day, we help somebody else.
So I'm just gonna ask you, just because you just said so, he won't put no more on me than I can bear.
Well, now, I don't know about all that. Hey, because if that's the case, he put too much on us here.
You know, I just
right.
Man,
He won't put no more on you than bear. I don't believe that one. I don't believe that, because we couldn't bear that situation.
I could not bear
that situation was almost unbearable.
Yes, for
but
me.
he said, okay, I'm gonna let y'all handle it, and then when y'all get tired of it, then I'm gonna come on through it.
I think
And that's what he did. Once we got tired of it, he knew we were almost ready to throw in the towel, but not throwing the towel.
We was at
and he said, okay, let me show y'all something. So he got us up out of that situation and put us in another one and said, now I let y'all go through that for such a time as this.
Now. Yeah.
Today is such a time as this. Yes.
But I'm gonna tell you what, like you said, because we did. I remember saying that. I said, okay, Kenneth, we're gonna try this, because this was about 10 something that night. I said, I'm gonna try this. If this doesn't work, we're gonna go home.
Right.
And we just gonna try to leave out in the morning.
That's right.
This is the last. We're gonna try this and
straw,
see.
right.
This was it. After this, I wasn't calling no one else. I wasn't going to no more counters. I wasn't doing that anymore.
Right.
No more customer service. We was done.
Right.
And so, like Kenneth said, at the 9th hour.
The 9th hour, he said, okay, don't throw in the towel yet. I'm gonna give y'all a way out. And he gave us a way out.
And we sat there. We sat there, and what was good is, Kenneth had went over there and he saw now this particular where we saw flight attendants and we saw pilots.
Right.
So Kenneth went over there and said, let's go. So Kenneth started talking to him. Oh yeah, we're going on this flight. We was like, okay, that's a good sign.
Yeah, the pilots on it. That's gotta be
that
good.
was great.
Yeah.
And then we saw the stewardess, so that was even a better sign.
Yeah.
So we got excited about that. So it was amazing to me. I'm just saying, even that was our last. We thought that was it.
Yeah.
But everything was set up. I'm saying the pilots was there, the stewardess was there. Our other flights, we were waiting on the pilots and stewardess to show up.
Right.
But they were sitting there waiting. Almost like waiting on us.
Right.
Like, we're waiting on y'all to come on this flight.
Right.
Because we're not going to even leave like right now. We're leaving like a little while later. We're going to leave about 11:30.
Yes.
And I'm telling y'all, that I'm reflecting, because I just remembered that's how it was. I was frustrated at the time, but
when we saw the pilot and the flight attendant, that's our revelation right there.
That is.
They're ready to go. We're ready to go. So we jumped on that plane as fast as they did, and we got up out of there.
We did. We had to get out of there.
I'm glad we can laugh about it now.
We can.
Because it wasn't funny at first, but we can laugh about it now.
Yes.
And that's how you do when situations and trials come your way. You don't think about it. Say, once I get through this trial right here, I'll be able to laugh at it.
We can laugh
I'll be able
at
to look back at it and say, look at that. We got through that one. We can get through another.
Because y'all, we were laughing Monday.
Yes.
During the video, but y'all probably later on, if I had came on again, y'all was like, "Oh, she's not smiling anymore."
Yeah, they're not smiling. They're not laughing
but now.
now.
I can laugh about it, because it's nothing but pure joy.
Yes.
Pure happiness, and I'm just excited that we're here. I'm excited that we've come to this beautiful. I've never been here. No. Had never been to Seattle,
beautiful
Washington.
Country, beautiful weather.
Yes.
I mean, it's probably about 70 degrees today.
Yeah, that's. You see, I got a jacket on.
Wind is blowing. It's beautiful.
It is.
You know, so we got a chance to come up to some beautiful country.
Yes.
Beautiful weather, and then enjoy ourselves.
And I'm loving it, y'all. I love this state.
Yes.
And I told Kenneth today, and I made a couple of calls this morning. Like, okay, I'm ready. I've been gone since Monday. This is another Monday, so I'm about ready to go home.
Yep.
I am. I'm ready.
So we're getting ready to head back to Texas and get back to where it's 100 degrees.
Yes,
we'll enjoy that.
I'm enjoying the 100 degrees. Y'all won't hear me complaining. Yes, because I play South. Y'all won't hear me complaining. But overall, y'all, we just wanted to tell y'all, even when you feel like you're stuck, and even in spite of, you got to keep pushing
Keep
through.
going. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't throw in the towel.
Don't throw in the towel.
Because there's going to be a brighter day ahead of you.
It's always a brighter day. And you just got to push through. And one good thing about it, you don't have to push through it alone. That was another eye-opener for me. I didn't have to go through this.
We had each other to help each other to get through it. Yes, it was a great time.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes.
I didn't have to go through it alone. And a lot of times we feel like we're in situations and I'm by myself and I don't have nobody. Somebody's always there. Somebody may be a phone call away, but sometimes I think we as women, and I'm saying us women, we're just so prideful that we don't need help. We do. We're there. I'm here. I'm a phone call. I always tell people I'm a phone call away. Pick that phone up and I'm there. You don't ever have to go through it alone. And I didn't feel alone because Kenneth was right there by my side.
We had each other. And I just want to say one last thing. One reason why I'm so elated and so glad and so joyous and so happy. Because guess what? On tomorrow, I will turn 64.
He will be 64.
I'll be 64 years of age.
Kenneth will celebrate.
I'll be back home soon,
Yes,
but
we'll be traveling.
I'll be 64 years of age tomorrow, and I thank the good Lord that I made it here.
Yes,
by His grace.
Kenneth will be celebrating his birthday on tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yes.
We may be traveling during that time.
Yes.
But the best is yet to come. I
Absolutely.
got stuff in store for him. I got surprises for him. I got
This
things.
was surprise enough right here. We made it through this storm.
Made it through.
And we were by the grace of God, and we're here today.
I got some stuff in store for him, so I'm excited that he's still here with me.
Yes.
After 25 plus years, we're still here. And 64 years that he's been here.
Thank you, Lord.
So I'm
Thank
excited.
you, Lord.
So I just want y'all to make sure you like, subscribe, and hit those notifications.
Yes.
Y'all, thank y'all for y'all support. I know we were a little late last week, but thank you for the support for the ones that's been watching. Y'all know we couldn't do this without you all. We appreciate you. We appreciate the subscribers we have. We appreciate the emails. Don't forget, email your girl at thedavisonintervention@gmail.com. Keep those comments coming. Keep those questions coming. And we love y'all, and stay tuned, and we'll be seeing y'all next Monday.
All right. Have a great day.
All right. Bye. Have a good one.